Hey, it's Drew Neiser with another Tuesday tip. We have spent the month of July talking about customer marketing as a means of preparing CMOs for the recession if it comes, because it's always good to wrap your arms around a customer. So we talked a lot about various ways of doing that. So Grant Johnson, give us a tip for customer marketing.
Okay, these two ingredients are really the secret sauce for customer marketing.
Okay.
Segmentation and personalization. Especially like us, nearly 20,000 customers, we just like spray and pray. But the more we can find a segment and resonate with something that's meaningful to them, the better the response and outcome.
And so what we're really talking about is increasing relevancy and increasing value of whatever content or whatever it is that you're doing with that. So we're only talking to, if we're talking to legal, we're talking to legal, and we're personalizing it even more. Okay, great tip. Gabi Zijderveld, Smart Eye, what is your tip?
My tip is to constantly look for creative ways to do joint marketing with your customers. And within that, it's a bit cliche, but look for the proverbial win-win, right? Keep thinking constantly about what's in it for them. Why would they want to undertake an activity together with me? And if you get creative in that and focus on the thought leadership and positioning them as experts in their domain, they're going to be much more inclined to, maybe speak on your podcast, and then you turn that into a blog, or you do a joint speaking proposal at an event. And if you do this well, then there you get your customer references that are so difficult to find. So I love joint marketing with my customers.
It's funny, we were joking about this in the huddle today. We're talking about the fact that if you want to get a customer who won't give you a testimonial, create a show called Your Category Genius, and then invite the customer to be on the show. They will not turn you down. Okay, Danielle Gotkis from Pecan AI. Danielle, what is your tip?
Sure. My tip is actually related to something Gabi was just talking about. And in order to be able to execute on all of these creative programs, you have to have a creative connection with either your marketing counterpart in the customer or another C-suite or VP level executive. They will help you move through the approval process. They'll help you identify, well, what is that right opportunity that they're likely to say yes to and perhaps no to another, and really speed up that process. So get to know your counterparts at your customers.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, because we're having a conversation about customer marketing this month, but you may or may not be responsible as a CMO for all aspects of customer marketing. But you still need to have those connections to be able to get the testimonials, to be able to create the win-win opportunities, even to do the segmentation and personalization that we're talking about. Okay, Aaron Ballew from Split Software. Aaron, you've heard a bunch of good tips. What's your tip?
Well, I'd say let's be clear about the customer marketing tactics purpose. And a lot of them are actually in service of acquisition. Be clear that your leadership team of the company understands there's an acquisition role there and there's value there, but don't forget about bringing value to the customers that don't really come with any acquisition motive. Bring them real value that's really about them.
All of this is that you're exactly right. The value that there's a value exchange going on right here. If we're going to get the customer's time, then we better be giving them something of value. It could be entertainment value. We could be taking them to a racetrack and they'd say, that's pretty cool. But it could also be content. It could be education. It could be a roadmap. But there is this business aspect of it too. And I really appreciate you saying that, because if we go into a recession, for a fact that CMOs are going to be looking at their existing customers and figuring out how can we increase revenue. And part of it sometimes is just they're not using the product to the fullest. And so there's the opportunity. All right, Aaron, Grant, Gabi, and Danielle, thank you for those tips. I'm Drew Neiser. If you are a CMO who can share, care, and dare with the best of them, please check out cmohuddles.com. Peace out.